Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and I literally just ended my stream. I could only last about 2 hours, 2.5 hours of trying to play fun decks in Wild, and I've had enough. I've literally had enough of this repeated negligence, incompetence, whatever you want to call it, with regards to playtesting Hearthstone in general, playtesting the game. And if you want to know what it is, it's this combo. This combo you played in Priest or Warlock, but Tiller, OTK, whatever, Hysteria, Priest or Warlock, and it requires barely any setup. It requires no discounting. You literally just have to draw Tiller, Death Speaker, Hysteria. As long as there's a decent amount of minions on the board, you kill your opponent, or as you're seeing in this example, you play Shrinkmeister, and it attacks indefinitely because it won't die, and it will deal 60 damage minimum. It doesn't cap. It caps at 60 damage, and also the beautiful thing is it will also skip your opponent's turn. In this example with the Secret Mage I beat, I procced his Ice Block and it skipped his turn, and then I finished him off. He actually couldn't play the game because there's been so little playtesting, there's been so little foresight put into this that it's actually broken the format. In 2.5 hours, I faced either Secret Mage or Till Warlock or Priest. That was it. I couldn't play the fun Shutterwalk deck I wanted to do, a fun Hunter deck I wanted to do, any of these decks. Nothing. It's just completely broken, and it's not like this combo wasn't known ahead of time. Literally the second this card was revealed, Hysteria, people posted this on Twitter, like multiple people. So Blizzard, who designed these cards, supposedly playtest this stuff. First, never see this stuff coming, and second, they see these posts and don't, decide maybe we should test it a little bit beforehand before we release it, and then see what it does and fix it beforehand. No, we don't get that either. Instead, they release yet another broken product, another frustrating, horrible experience for us to deal with, and we're left to be the beta testers yet again. And this goes back to like my original Reddit post that got me blacklisted like over a year ago about Galakrond Shaman breaking the game. Before that, it was the buffs to Pocket Galaxy. Before that, it was bringing Evolve back from Wild into Standard of breaking the game. Before that, it was breaking the game with Rogue and Rise of Shadows. After that, it was breaking the game with Day 1 Demon Hunter. We've had the game breaking the game with Evolve Shaman. Every major expansion outside of like Old Doom, Skullman's Academy, they have literally broken the game, made it horribly unfun, unbalanced to play because they don't playtest. It's apparent. It's been apparent for a very long time that they just don't playtest. They use us, they throw out the stuff, they hope it works out. If it doesn't, they'll throw out some nerfs. And well, with regards to Wild, who knows? Celestalon tweeted that they're aware of this deck, they're looking into it, but we heard that about Snip Snap, we've heard that about other decks in Wild, and it can take months. And are we gonna have a broken Wild format for months? My suggestion is you nerf Demon Hunter in one day. It broke Standard. It was disgusting. Nerf this in one day. This is not something that should be in the game. This combo is not interactable almost at all. You can't really rat it because they run 2 Tillers, 2 Death Speakers. You can't really... You can't even play minions. You get punished for playing minions because it gives Tiller more targets. Your only option is to play like Secret Mage, Explosive Runes or crap, or aggro them down with like a hyper aggro deck like Pirate War. You want to play literally any other deck in the game, you're going to get farmed by Tiller. And it's just such a ridiculous, frustrating experience. And this comes off a day after Ixar did an AMA. I asked the question asking about their future plans for Wild, and Ixar said that they see Wild as a format where you can play your favorite old decks. How in the hell am I supposed to play any of my favorite old decks when I'm dying to Infinite Attack Wretched Tiller on turns 5 and 6? I'm supposed to play Mech Mage against that? I'm supposed to play old Miracle Rogue against that? Or am I supposed to play Patron Warrior? Wait, I can't. War Song's been nerfed. I'm supposed to play Combo Druid. Wait, Avian has been nerfed. Like, there's so many issues, so many ridiculous statements with regards to Wild, and then they literally release a broken combo which people saw immediately, but again, they couldn't see it. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this pattern. I'm sick of this negligence, and I don't understand. With all the resources they have, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, they can't playtest a few cards. They can't do, like, let's say a private test realm. You can invite a couple wild players. You can invite a couple standard players. Let them play with the cards. Sign an NDA. They can't say anything. They can't spoil anything. And then boom, you can catch these things ahead of time because there's some knowledgeable players out there that can help you out, because apparently your team is either not knowledgeable enough or overwhelmed and they can't deal with all of this. So bring in these players that would do it for free. I guarantee you they would do it for free. I would do it for free. I would sign that NDA. I would help test out, but I'm not the type of guy qualified for that. You bring in somebody like a No Hands Gamer, bring in a good deck builder in Wild, whatever. They can see that type of stuff. Play test this crap. I know you're releasing more content than ever, and that's great. But if you're releasing more content than ever and breaking the game more often than ever, then what's the point? You're just going to turn off players and players and players. And today I had a longtime sub, Ben from work, literally subbed to me saying he's uninstalled, he's given up on the game, not only because of, well, their direction with Wild that you can play your favorite old decks, which is just not true, but the fact that they keep breaking the game with cards like Tiller Warlock, Snap Warlock, and all the like. And let me remind you, remember when they did the whole introduction of Snap to Standard and Wild, it was immediately theory crafted on Twitter, on Reddit, that Reckless Experimenter, Snap plus any magnetic whatever would break the game in Standard, and you could have infinite combo with it. And you know what they did before they even released Snap? They nerfed Reckless Experimenter. Why? Because they give a shit about Standard and they don't care about breaking Wild. This is literally the exact same thing. People posted this combo, they have seen that, and I guarantee you that it was literally asked on Ixar in his AMA. I'll link it here. I'll show it here. Ixar was asked about it. Of course, they didn't answer it, and they left it to break the format because they had to have known of the interaction when they're literally asked about it, when they're literally shown it. And again, they don't care, but they're okay nerfing Reckless Experimenter before Snap comes to Standard. But with Wild, they left Mech Warper, they left, Summoning Portal alone and let it run wild for like half a year. And I'm sorry, I pay for these cards to play for Standard and Wild. A lot of people pay for their content to play Standard and Wild, or just Wild, and we're sick of being treated like garbage, like afterthoughts, like we don't matter. And having a broken product constantly like this is just absolutely infuriating. It's not okay. It shouldn't be accepted, and they should fix this immediately, as soon as tomorrow, as soon as later today when you see this video. This should be patched, this should be fixed, and they should start giving a shit about the Wild format, the Wild players, and the Wild community, because you know what? They'll leave, they'll stop spending money, and that thing that you guys care so freaking much about squeezing every penny out of every single player, like you saw with the battle pass, they're gonna leave, they're gonna go to other games, they're gonna do something else, because we're sick of this disrespect, we're sick of your negligence with playtesting. Do something to fix it, get a public test realm, do better playtesting, listen to the community when they show you a broken combo ahead of time, do something, day one patches, stop with this crap, stop treating us like beta testers, fix your freaking game. I've had enough of this. I'm sick of ranting. I'm sick of having to make these videos where I bitch and moan all the time. Fix your game now.